Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. You summed that up perfectly. On the 12th of October, 2024, we had one of the most bizarre, most talked about, most controversial moments we've seen in a boxing ring in a long, long time. At that moment, both Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron knew that eventually this day would surely come. We can confirm, as a Sky Sports News exclusive in the room, we've locked down the room. We're going to bring you the face-off as Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron renew hostilities. Johnny Nelson is with me. Surely it just had to happen.
And it's a bit awkward right now because it's really quiet. Yes, it had to happen. You know, if there was any argument, any controversy, anything that has to be settled, this is the fight. It was on the undercard of Better Bivol, and this is what everybody's talking about. So why not? It's got to happen. Yeah,
well, let's bring the fighters together. As I say, we've emptied the room out before everybody arrives. Let's have the first face-off. Ben Whittaker, Liam Cameron will rematch Easter Sunday, 20th of April at the BP Pulse Live in Birmingham. It is resurgence in a number of ways. Could it be a resurrection for both men in terms of their career? Okay, let's bring both fighters away and we'll have a chance to speak to both of them. They're just going to pause for one quick final photo, but Ben Whittaker is going to come and join us first. I wonder in a number of ways the dynamic of this fight as he just makes his way up onto the platform. I've got a list of questions for Ben and perhaps not as many for Liam Cameron. First off, great to see you, Ben, and I'm sure you're braced for one or two tough questions today. Before we get to that, though, you must be delighted that you get the chance to, in your eyes, probably right or wrong.
You know, Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the main man, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here now. So I believe that day is written for a reason. That's the day I come back. That's the day I could look good. That's the day I win, and that's the day I move forward.
Did you feel that you had to do this, that you had to take this rematch because there are so many question marks hanging over you at the moment?
Yeah, to be honest, I had a lot of options, but this was the right option for me. Just do what I gotta do, win, turn up, look good, and move on, like I said. And after 10 years down the line, when I've done what I'm supposed to do, this won't be talked about again.
You're going to be. Do you mind if I quickly ask this? Because it's an uncomfortable one, actually. I don't like asking fighters because I haven't been in there and done it myself. You can throw that straight back at me. But the question that most people wanted to ask you was, did you quit? If the answer is no, what was the nature of the injury that meant that you couldn't carry on?
Yeah, man, I quit, man. I threw myself out the ring. I did a backflip out the ring. I did all that. But look, I went to the Olympics with one arm. I fought my first part of my career as a pro with one arm. So I've been through worse. I've been through bigger things than that. And at the end of the day, that little block of whatever happened there, it's made me a very good person. It's made me more focused. And it's going to make me a dangerous fighter.
How's the heat been since?
I've enjoyed it, man.
On you?
I kind of liked it. You know what I mean? When the Holy Spirit's in, you've always got the fire on you. But for me, they can all talk, they can all say these things. You've got to try and back it up.
Does it have to be a better Ben Whittaker this time? I mean, it was quite a funny dynamic that so many people said he does too much showboating, he clowns around too much, and then when you didn't do it, there was almost a backlash of where's the Ben Whittaker gone? Would you perhaps go back to the old Ben Whittaker?
That performance was not a reflection of Ben Whittaker. It was a terrible performance, if I'm honest. But if you watched it, it was like watching two people fight at Weatherspoons. It was terrible. But at the end of the day, I can go back and correct what I've got to correct, and I'll come back and you'll see how good I am. Before
you go, will you give a final message? What can we expect before we bring Liam Cameron in and he can have his say?
There's no messages. People know the real me. Turn up, get your tickets, and you'll see something great.
Okay, you can give the microphone to Johnny and we'll usher you off this way just to avoid any clashes, and we'll bring in Liam Cameron. Now, as I said, I've got a long list of questions for Ben. I haven't got that many for you, which you'll probably be delighted to hear, actually. But
I've done the talking, and I back it up. I did my talking. I said I'm going to put it on him. I'm going to make it hell for him, and that's what I did, didn't I?
I spoke to you on that side, and you said, did he underestimate me? Was it about me or was it about him? What was your attitude? What was your mindset to it?
Just it's a fight, innit? I don't take boxing as boxing, it's a fight. He's got the best strength and conditioning dietitian. My camp were thrown together with my trainer Pierce Gudgeon. I ain't had this backing, so all these excuses are stupid. But I like this new Ben Whittaker approach, the humble guy. That's what we wanted to see in first place.
Did you want this fight?
Yeah, I've turned loads of fights down. We were actually going to move on about a week ago, but we took this one. I've been offered all other fights.
I get the impression you just don't care too much, you know, and I think that's fair enough. I think I first interviewed you 17 years ago, and I can confirm that you were the same then as you are now. But I wonder, there's so much talk about what Ben Whittaker didn't do, what Ben Whittaker wasn't able to implement. Does that take away a little bit because he wasn't able to do it because you didn't let him? Do you feel like you're perhaps not getting as much credit, or are you just, you know, quite comfortable with all of this talk?
They all said that, oh, I box rubbish. Don't you think I'm going to not make you box at your best? That's my game, what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw you off. Whether it's hit you a couple of times at back head like people say, but as long as ref don't say anything, I'm good. But I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of all this.
But you don't.
I'm dreading this press conference.
You'll be fine, don't worry. But what I would say to you is, you worked long and hard to get to this position.
Yeah.
So to stand there and look at that poster behind you with your name on it and you're top of the bill, and with everything that's happened in between in your career that I think is well documented, you say you hate it all, but actually, is it not a strange sort of love? You know, you've worked hard to get to this position. I shouldn't really be saying this, but you should enjoy it, actually. This is your moment now.
I've never had the mic before that much on me, so like it's like a bit too much now, but look at this. This is beautiful. Me and Whittaker has done this. I'm supposed to have been beat and got moved on and chucked aside, but I made it hard, didn't I?
I asked Ben the same thing. I said, what was the heat like? Now, the heat's been on you, but it's been differently. How have the public been with you since that fight?
Being great. I was going to say awesome then, like I'm American.
You can say awesome.
Getting carried away, aren't I? It's been great. I thank everyone in you for supporting me and messaging me, so yeah, get your tickets off me.
Just before I let you go, one last one. It's all well and good getting to this point, and how determined are you to show that that wasn't just a flash in the pan, that he didn't have an off night, that actually you're in control of your own destiny? Great getting to this point, but now you have a chance to actually win the fight.
Well, we'll see, innit? We'll see. I couldn't have had a worse camp last time. I broke my nose 3 weeks before. We had no sparring. I probably had 6-7 week notice for the last one. I've had a good 16-week training hard. So we'll
Set it up perfectly. Set it up perfectly. Thank you for joining us live on Sky Sports News. So there it is, Easter Sunday, April 20th, BP Pulse live in Birmingham and live on Sky Sports. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. It's Whittaker Cameron 2. It's the rematch that we've all been talking about, and now we get the answer to all those questions, don't we?